All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this daily forecast for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Tuesday, August 11th. So let's start by looking at the economic calendar for tomorrow. Um, we don't have any USD news tomorrow. We only have we actually just have the Australian dollar interest rate decision. So that should remain steady. No big surprise here. Now, something to take into account that's really important is that we have CPI on Wednesday. And usually, again, the day before one of the big three news event, the day before is usually a consolidation because we're basically just waiting for CPI to come out. So before that comes out, we're usually stuck in low volatility conditions or just massive consolidations. So tomorrow, I'm not expecting much, honestly. I'm gonna take a step back tomorrow, obviously. Well, actually, tomorrow I'm gonna be flying. So I want to mention to start off this video, there won't be a forecast tomorrow night because I will be transiting through airports and I just won't have the time and also the internet connection to do a forecast. But I'll be back for Wednesday night. So after CPI, basically Thursday's forecast, I'm going to be back. So with that said, let's take a look at the dollar here. Today we went higher. That's what we wanted to see, so that's good. But honestly, we're still stuck inside this wider consolidation. But right now, we can definitely see that the next target is the weekly fair value gap. So I wouldn't trade this. Just if you look at this move going higher right here, it's a consolidation. So I wouldn't try to force an idea and try to take a trade on this. I would just wait for price to retrace back inside the weekly fair value gap. So I'm not going to take a look at all the majors today, because the dollar is not ready to move, obviously. And the game plan right now for all these majors, especially something like USD Canadian, USD CHF, is while the game plan is just waiting for the dollar to actually be ready. So until we get that, it's just waiting here on the majors. Now the metals, gold, we went higher today by 1.1%, which is what we expected because remember, we want to see price hit that zero point 0.5 level. So we're really close from there. We could even, uh, you know, reach that level before the end of the day. I know I'm a little bit early today, but there's still 50 minutes, 45 minutes left to go. So right now, I still want to see higher prices until we reach the zero point 0.5 level. From there, we'll have to reassess everything. Then, if you look at silver, silver got this sting inside that monthly fair value gap. We said that yesterday in the weekly forecast. So today, just like gold, we kept going higher. Now, as I said in the weekly forecast yesterday, silver is not as clear as gold. What are we going to reject from? Is it going to be the monthly fair value gap, or is it going to be the zero point 0.5 level, or even the golden level? It's hard to tell right now. But gold is a little bit more, well, it's clearer, in my opinion, because we are closer to that zero point 0.5 level. So we know that gold and both of them, gold and silver, will go lower no matter what. It's just waiting to see when are they both gonna align to start going lower. That's gonna be our cue. So right now, honestly, just waiting for some evidence right here on gold and silver, some evidence that it wants to start going lower. Next up, we have crude oil. Exactly what I said in the forecast yesterday. That was a beautiful catch. We actually opened with a gap to the upside right here. It wasn't a massive gap, but we did open with a gap to the upside. And then after that, we just climbed higher in a very nice way. So I do like what I'm seeing here. Obviously, that signals higher prices for next week. Oh, and by the way, The SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve of the United States, has officially reached down to 300 million barrels, which is the lowest level we've had since 1984, I believe. Something like that. Anyways, it's crazy. Um, it's really bad, and yeah, I think oil prices are gonna skyrocket very soon. Very, very soon. We'll see what happens. But right now, if we look at this chart, we should see some higher prices tomorrow. We have the next target right up there. That's the focus for tomorrow. Then Bitcoin moving lower, it seems. Yep. Moving lower today, but nothing meaningful in all honesty. Um, just a little drop. But we're still expecting, again, the retracement back inside this monthly fair value gap. So until we get that, I'm just seeing higher prices. I think, honestly, even, well, this is not financial advice, but I think right now would be a good time to take a long on Bitcoin right here around the zero point 0.5 level. Again, not financial advice. I'm not going to do it myself, but I'm just saying, like, I think right now would be a good time to buy. Not invest in Bitcoin, obviously, but just take a long from that zero point 0.5 level all the way to the monthly fair value gap. It does look good to continue higher. Next up, we have the indices. Indices, nothing major today. As you can see, the S&P is a massive consolidation. I expect that tomorrow is going to be the exact same thing right here. And then Nasdaq, well, same thing, same thing. We could, well, yeah, we could right here on Nasdaq, we could create this tiny bullish daily fair value gap. We'll see what happens in 15 minutes, but um, even if we do create it, I don't think that's going to hold price back. And tomorrow we should also be seeing a massive consolidation until Wednesday. And then finally, we have the crosses with Canadian dollar CHF. Wow, that delivered beautifully. Well, delivered beautifully. We never got this thing back inside this 4 hour fair value gap, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, overall, we're gonna reach this target soon. So I'll keep it on the interest list, but as soon as we reach this target, then I'm gonna want to take a step back. So for now, it's staying on the interest list, but as soon as this high gets taken out, then take a step back because I don't expect price to retrace all the way down here now. This is over. Actually, I'm gonna remove this alert. Okay. Moving on, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar to continue lower. Yeah, it's consolidating a lot here on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, but it does seem like we still want to continue lower with the wick at the top here. It does seem like we want to continue lower, but again, my game plan, as I said yesterday, I'm not changing. My game plan is to wait for another 4 hour fair value gap going lower right here. Then once we do create that 4 hour fair value gap, then it could be an interesting setup to continue lower. And then same thing on Euro New Zealand dollar. It's a very similar scenario, but I do prefer if I had to choose in between the two, in between Australian and Euro, I would choose Australian. Um, Also tomorrow we have some Australian dollar news with the interest rate, so that could be interesting. But it's just that when you look at Euro New Zealand dollar, look at this. Like this is very ugly price action here. Like Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is also ugly, but it's a little bit better. This is just awful price action. I just really, really don't like it, especially from the daily perspective. It looks even worse. So yeah, I would focus on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. And then finally, we have GBP Australian dollar. This one is again just waiting for one of these two PDRAs to get hit on the monthly. So that's it. That's it for the crosses. That's it for the forecast. Little recap here. The dollar, we want to see higher prices tomorrow, but don't trade it. Don't trade the retracement back inside the weekly fair value gap. It's not worth it. So let's just wait for price to clear up. But overall, higher prices tomorrow on the dollar. Then on the metals, on gold and silver, we want to see higher prices as well on both of them. Um, but we also want to see at some point, either from the zero point 0.5 level or the golden level, we want to start seeing some evidence that price actually wants to start heading lower. So that's what we're waiting for here on the metals. It's been very slow lately, but it's normal. It's the month of August, so it's normal. After that, we have crude oil, just higher prices tomorrow. Uh, I don't expect a total reversal here. Maybe a consolidation. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a consolidation tomorrow because we could create that daily fair value gap. That would be great. And then on Wednesday, we can continue higher with CPI. So, yeah, overall, higher prices tomorrow on crude oil. Bitcoin, higher prices as well. I think, yes, I did say, yeah, you should take a long, but don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. That might be a big mistake. But overall, it does look good to continue higher. You're getting a 50% discount on this range. So, yeah, overall, long term, we're still expecting higher prices on Bitcoin. And then finally, the indices on both the S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, Dow Jones, everything, consolidation tomorrow, just like today. The best example is obviously the S&P. This is one of the worst consolidations we've seen in a very long time here on the S&P, and so I'm expecting the exact same thing tomorrow. Or if we don't get a consolidation tomorrow, then we're going to get lower prices. But I'm definitely not expecting higher prices on the indices tomorrow. All right, lads. Well, this is it for the forecast. Overall, everything looks good today with higher oil prices. That's what we want to see. So yeah, everything does look good. As I said, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am not going to be posting a forecast tomorrow because I'm going to be transiting through a bunch of airports, and I have a couple flights to catch tomorrow. So, so no forecast tomorrow, but I will be back for a forecast on Wednesday night after CPI day. So at this point, we're going to have the CPI data, and it's going to be easier for me to tell you, okay, that's what we should be looking at, or what kind of setups, what kind of which pairs should we be looking at depending on the CPI data, because that's going to change a lot of the August story. All right, lads. Well, thank you for listening, and I will see you Wednesday night. Ciao.